As I delve into spring releases and end of winter releases, a lot of brands are doing big releases. We talked about Dior the other day, and that was a huge release. MAC has a few bigger collections, so I've divided up MAC into two sections, and we're going to battle the first one today. We're going to do battle with the first today, which is the MAC Lunar New Year Collection. We're going to talk about that. I also have MAC's released a bunch of nude lipsticks and such, and kind of browns and 90s things, because that was their heyday. That's another video coming up in a few days. But today, let's talk all about the MAC Cosmetics Lunar New Year Collection with me, Rebecca. I am a fashion and beauty journalist who has worked with some of the biggest names in our industry, and I have made not fit for print beauty here on YouTube, so you have a sort of beauty digital magazine that you can look through every day or so here on YouTube. Okay, so the Lunar New Year is coming up. You know, we do not just one, we get 2 New Years, and the Lunar New Year hasn't happened quite yet. It is going to be the year of the snake. I am a pig, and pigs and snakes don't always see eye to eye. Apparently, we have a begrudging respect for one another. But you can look up, it's kind of fun for entertainment purposes, though some people are very serious about it. You can kind of look up how your animal fares in the year of the snake. They say I'm going to be okay, actually, which is kind of cool. And MAC has released a Lunar New Year collection that is ripe with scales and all things snaky and is kind of fun. And we are going to try out quite a bit of it today here. Plus we have some comparisons with Chanel and some outdoor swatches. The first thing we have is the Lunar New Year Face Palette. This is a bronzing and highlight palette. It's $70. It will be limited edition for the new year. So we have it in this kind of ombre, shade changing, snaky, reptilian-y. And when you open it up, it's got a mirror. It's kind of a cardboard. It's really protective and nice. And then you've got some bronzing shades, some contour shades, and a highlighter, again with this kind of reptile finish. And this is a metallic finish. This is a liquid to powder formula, but it is powder. But they feel it's liquid powder. It's got 10-hour wear. It's beautiful, $70. Before I do a little bit of indoor swatching with this, maybe I'm reading your mind, because I said I'm going to talk about this in comparison to Chanel. Chanel has just released something slightly similar, not really in shade, but they released this palette for spring in the Chanel that I'm shaking up and down here. The shades really are not similar. The MAC is a lot more utilitarian. Like, this is obviously contour shades. We'll talk about this in the demo. Obviously a warmer bronzing shades, and obviously a highlighter. Whereas the Chanel, all are kind of highlighty. We have lighter shades and oranger shades, coppery shades. I really don't think they're comparable, but I did want to hold them up next to one another. The MAC is certainly more affordable, although MAC pricing is steep. You know, MAC is kind of a heritage brand at this point. And I wanted to show you, though you'll see it outside, see the highlighter. And, you know, if we look at a kind of the comparable shade in the Chanel, this highlighter highlights a lot more than the Chanel, which is, the Chanel is just kind of a little bit, the Chanel just goes a little bit oranger. You know, more like the Chanel can almost be a blush. And there's nothing really in here that could be a blush shade. Anyway, I can compare those more if you want me to, but I did want to mention it. I thought it was kind of important. Dior also has the Dazzleshow Liquid Luxe eyeshadow. They're liquid eyeshadow, but in Lunar New Year packaging for $29. There's 3 shades that they've done like this. It's just a limited edition shiny liquid eyeshadow. This is in Magic Scale. Get it? Scale. Snake scales. And when I looked online, this one was gone from the MAC website, but maybe I can find it at Ulta and maybe it'll come back. I don't know. But it's on my eyes now. We talk about it in the demo. It's such a MAC look. It's unbelievably MAC. And I'll just show you here, although we are going to see it outside. It's really pretty. MAC does things well. I mean, they're an artistry brand, and I really think they're kind of coming back into that. What we're seeing a lot of also now from MAC, and what we'll look at in my other video that's coming up with the nudes that have been released, we have this MACximal, M-A-C-X-I-M-A-L, MACximal Silky Matte Liquid Lipstick. This is the Luxe Look. This also comes in 3 shades packaged like this. You know, it's a 12-hour coverage and it provides 8 hours of moisture, it says, in 3 shades. And I picked up Timeless Taupe, which is very pretty. I'm wearing it right now. I'm not sure this is a very cohesive look. Sometimes I get excited and just start buying shades, forgetting that I'm going to show them all off together. Oops. You know, it works though for our purposes here. Let's take this outside now and take a look at these swatches in the warm California sunshine. There's the face palette first, all the way left with the bronzing, contour and highlighting shades, followed by the one Dazzleshow Liquid Luxe Look shade that I got in Magic Scale, and the one MACximal Silky Matte Lipstick Luxe shade I got in Timeless Taupe. But the eyeshadow and the lipstick come in 3 shades in this celebrational packaging, which is really quite collectible and beautiful. It really is. Like I said, MAC's becoming kind of this heritage brand right now that I think is really exciting. All right, make sure that you are subscribed. Let's go ahead and try these out by going right now to the demo. You'll see me apply and talk a little bit about these. Let's go. And I'm a tad bit worried that I might have made a mistake that I've been making recently, which is that when there's a large collection, I just get really excited and I go through and kind of, you know, purchase shades here and there and then realize they don't make a cohesive look. I just get a little excited. So we might be in danger of that here, but I think we're going to be okay. All right, let's start with the... Speaking of being in danger, it's come to my attention that lately my videos, when I zoom in, are not focusing right. So I am hard at work on that. And next week, we should have a better result. Your viewing pleasure is my priority, so you can give me feedback. MACximal Silky Matte Lipstick for the Luxe Look collection that comes in 3 shades in this packaging. And I picked up the Timeless Taupe. So let's go ahead and give that a try on my lips, just because I feel a little like I need some coloring to even continue with the video. I have been talking about how I am thrown off of traditional lipsticks because all of the newer formulas that are coming out are so nice, and I've been obsessed with the YSL, the inks and such. But I gotta tell you, I've rediscovered the MAC formula, and yes, they've redone the formula and therefore kind of modernized it. But I'm really enjoying their traditional bullet lipsticks more than others lately. That is a very pretty shade. That I have a light medium skin tone, neutral, and that just kind of works. That is very much a timeless taupe shade. Very timeless indeed. Okay, let's take a look at our face palette now. The bronzing and highlighting. It's got a metallic finish and all that such. Now, something we all know, and I'm not talking down to you because I know you guys probably know this, but when there is a difference between contour and bronzing. Bronzing warms the face up, and contour is supposed to be a more of a gray, kind of cooler shades so that you can create a contour in the face by being a gray, kind of cooler shade that kind of recedes and create. I'm just not a real contour person for a number of reasons. Number one, I just don't have the talent or patience for it. And number two, I'm just not really interested in it. It's just one of those things like carving out eyebrows. It's never really captivated me. So we're going to go ahead and save that highlight shade. And I am really just going to warm up the face, which would be this shade here. But for fun, I'll mix them all together. This would be much more of an advantageous palette if you were a professional makeup artist and we're going to use this on a number of skin tones and you are really interested in contouring and bronzing. And that is MAC. They are an artist brand, right? So, but I'm just going to use it just to kind of warm up the face. And I think it's done really well on my, again, light, medium, neutral. I'm even running that onto the cheeks. I have a little bit of cream blush. All what I'm wearing now and what I'm talking about will be listed down below in the description bar, along with where I can up here in YouTube shopping. It's getting more and more so that you can peruse it or purchase, and that will talk about the blush I'm wearing. But I just put this on here. Also down below is information on our Facebook group we have, and we have a membership here on YouTube that you can join, and how to follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. My brush is shedding, so I'm brushing myself off, and all that good stuff. Okay, check that out. Let's take a look here at the highlighter portion, which is really pretty. MAC does this sort of thing very well. You know, they are industry leaders and always have been for a reason. And I think that's really pretty. Now, you guys know me. We have an eye shade here today, but if not, I would use this on my eyes. Absolutely. I would put this highlighter shade in the inner corner and maybe even on the mobile lid. And I would do something in the crease with one of these shades, probably a cooler one. I think it would be a beautiful eye palette as well. But I did pick up this Dazzleshow Liquid Luxe $29 shiny liquid eyeshadow. This is limited edition. This is in the shade MACximal. Now, when I went on the MAC site, I don't think MACximal was there right now. So I'll look and see if I can list it for you. But there's two other shades, and maybe it's at Ulta. This is a liquid eyeshadow. Liquid shadows can get away from you. So let's see what we do with it here. Now, I am testing this just as it is, but you can certainly use this with powder eyeshadow. You could combine it with anything you want. I'm just testing it only, and I'm using a Sonia G brush here. Just kind of help me spread it a little bit. Oh, that's really pretty. Wow. Fancy. What do you think? And I am not sure that this is the lipstick I would normally put this with. That's what I was saying when I was like, oh, did I actually make a look that I could wear together? I wouldn't wear it together if it weren't in this video. You see, that's how I kind of hurt myself with my purchases sometimes. I think, oh, that would be pretty and that would be pretty, but not necessarily together. But it works okay for our purposes here. I think normally this would go with a pinker lipstick or something like that, normally. That is very MAC. And I'm giggling when I say that because I don't really know how to say this. I don't want to seem disrespectful at all. It was always fun about MAC, putting a little more on, when I was younger and would see the MAC counter. MAC counter always had like the crazy music playing, and, you know, all of kind of a circus of crazy would be around. Excitement. When I say circus of crazy, that's with complete respect. But MAC always had all the fun going on, and this eyeshadow would totally have been worn by someone who worked at MAC, right? With, at the time, crazy pink wig or something like that, right? You know what I mean? And that seems like nothing now, but they were definitely ahead of their time as an artist brand. And like I said, that's no disrespect. They were always where the fun was at and the loud music. And this just feels very MAC to me. And it's really pretty. Look how much work it looks like I put into this eye look. And I did absolutely nothing but just throw it on my eye. So, I mean, I think it works. It's really pretty. MAC is fun. Look, there's a new, when MAC sold and when it went through, you know, for a while there, it wasn't as exciting. And I feel like now they're getting more of the respect they deserve. I don't know. I like it. Look, I got another MAC video coming up with these kind of nude MAC things that have been released. I just tried to keep this a little more organized to just go through this Year of the Snake Lunar New Year package. And I think it's really fun. My favorite of the group, though I think the Timeless Taupe is indeed a timeless great lip shade. But honestly, I would just use this even on the eyes as well. I think it kind of would scream for that. How pretty would that be? I'll wear it in another video where I'm not focusing on eye shades, and I'll put it down in the description bar. But I mean, you know, you got a shade there for the crease, and then you've got that really pretty, you know. So it works for either way, actually, and really nice packaging. Tell me what you think. It's not just about what I say and feel, but it is about the community. So let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure that you subscribe, as that helps me grow, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.